Start the countdown into game number 2. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Spawning is the blue undead from Russia. It's Happy. And his opponent spawning is the red Nidal from South Korea. We have Remind. Undead versus Night Elf on Last Refuge. Alright. Let's see if Remind doesn't lose due to Zeppelin this time. Looks like he's just going to do a standard Ancient War creep over at his green camp. So, nothing out of the ordinary there. Where's Happy? Once again opening up ghouls. This Acolyte's going to come out and... No, this next Acolyte's going to come out and build a shop. For those that are not familiar with me, oh no, he decides not to scout. For those that are not familiar with me, I main the undead race, so I know their build orders like the back of my hand, and I can pretty much assume what build they're gonna go before we load into the screen. But that's pretty much how everyone is with their race. Like if you main Orc, you know what they're gonna do versus undead before you actually see the game. Because Warcraft 3 is at that point where the meta is pretty set in stone and players don't really go off the meta anymore. The players that do, who try to do those wonky strategies and stuff, most of the time aren't very successful with it outside of ladder. It's just the way it is. I mean, what do you expect? This game is 15 years old. After 15 years, I think players would figure out what works and what doesn't work.
Players' forces are under attack.
But Ancient War is uprooted for Remind, so as long as he doesn't last hit any of these creeps, full experience will go to that Demon Hunter. And we'll see. Can he get the claws? Can he get the circlet? He gets a ring. No, he cannot. Alright, Death Knight's out for Happy, goes for Unholy Aura first, and ghouls. More ghouls. I've studied Happy's ghoul build order. He gets 8 ghouls, and then he takes up to tier 2, and then he builds 2 more ghouls while taking the tier 2. So by the time tier 2 hits, he'll have a total of 10 ghouls. That's in a perfect scenario. That's if he doesn't lose any ghouls fighting Remind or something. Happy's ghoul build order is actually the one I use. Whereas a lot of other undeads, they tech way before 4 ghouls or 8 ghouls. But enough of this. I'm sure you non-undead players are bored of hearing me talk about ghoul build orders. Happy continuing to creep. This will bring him up to level 2, so now he has coil available. Remind did kill the Troll High Priest. He got a Wand of Illusion. And now he's coming in to harass away at Happy. Try to snipe his Troll High Priest. Happy ain't gonna allow this though. The question is, does Happy know which one's the real one? Probably the one that's being microed. It's safe to assume that's the one that's being the real one. Ooh, long range coil, but the Wisp still dispels in time. Ooh, oh, Demon Hunter barely slipping out of that possible surround. Tier 2 on the way for both these players. Remind's a little bit ahead this time. Oh, and the Demon Hunter does get surrounded in the end. Remind, he's going to have to TP out of that. Yep. So good start for Happy. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey, I told you. I know what I study. I study those replays like a champ. Loves the haste for the Death Knight. And this creep shouldn't... Yeah, this is not going to be enough for level 3. If he clears this, though, and then does the green, he should get level 3. Unless the high... Well, even if the High Priest was killed, he should still get level 3 from this green camp, and I think that's what he's going to go do. Yep. Remind, on the other hand, Getting every little bit of creepy mechanic out of his Ancient Wars. Gonna clear out the Merc. Rune Bracers was the item from the Rock Golem. That's pretty good. That reduces the damage from the Coil Nova. The Undead Nuke. The most powerful thing about Undead. And he gets a Berserker. 2/2 is finished for Remind. Double Ancients Allure. Getting Ultra Vision so he can see farther at night. And Remind and Happy just running around. He got his level 3. He wants to save the rest of the creep camps for his Lich. And we see a Naga second, not a Panda. Okay. Fork Lightning's decent AoE damage, and a Frost Arrow's nice when chasing down the Death Knight. Happy winning harass. He did see this creep due to his Sentry Ward, so nicely placed Sentry Ward by him. But like I said, Frost Arrow, Mana Burn. Demon Herd doesn't have boots. Greater Mana was the item. Sorry about that. And tier 3 on the way. Meanwhile, what do we see in Happy's base? We also see tier 3, see the Slaughterhouse, Sacrificial Pit, and the Lich. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. He won the last game getting early frosts, and he'll do it again.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, are they now? Well, Happy is allowing Remind to get both of the shops, so he's going to get both of the big consumables. Roar Scroll was not what he wanted. Destroyers could easily devour that. So more than likely he'll probably just sell it for the 200 gold. And the Naga getting level 2. Yep, sells the Roar Scroll. Picks up an Invuln. Invulns are nice. Invuln would have saved your Demon Hunter last game. Trapper running all the way around. Okay. Lich is out. He's just going to park in his base.
Under attack.
Or not. Thought he was just going to leave him there so he could get his orb. And he's got his first Crypt Fiend now, so he's starting to make the transition. Like I said, once tier 3 hits and they do their push, their timing push, usually they'll have about 2 Fiends with it. 1 Fiend if they want to cut corners, and their 2 stats and their 3 heroes, of course. Or 2 heroes. Because last game, Happy never got his Naga. Like I said, Undead usually get Naga 3rd versus Night Elf. This camp will give Death Knight level 4. The item from the Ogre Magi is Ankh. And he's got 2 rings plus 4, so Death Knight's up to 7 armor. That's a pretty tanky Death Knight. What are the rings right here? And Remind's running around the map trying to find Happy.
Forces are under attack.
He's not going to find him, but he knows this area the map's clear, so he's going to take this time to clear out the Ogre Lord. Let's see what super duper item he can get. Legion Doomhorn would be amazing. Claws plus 12 wouldn't be bad either. Ancient Django, not bad. Endurance R is now given to the Night Elf army. Remind us at tier 3, Skang has mastery training, so his bears can turn into bears, and that's when they become unbearable. Huh, get it? Can I get some Kappas in the chat? He also got an Ankh from his lab. I wasn't paying attention to that item
player's
drop.
forces are under attack.
Remind really does not like playing this with Invulns. He's gonna take the other red though. Happy just letting Remind take all the big creeps. Gets both the gets both the shops, both the Ogre Lords. Hooded the Cunning, plus 4 agility and intelligence. He probably rather would have wanted Legion Doomhorn, but that item will not be dropping this game. And we got level 2 in the Lich, Death Knight level 4. He's got his 2 stats. Tier 3 is finished, getting his Shade, Burrow, Destroyer, and the first
forces are under
Boneyard.
attack.
And the ghouls already have their Ghoul Frenzy. They are very quick. Alright. Remind actually gonna go for an expansion here. Alright. Happy should see this with his Shade. Well, once he moves his Shade up, he'll see it. And he'll definitely want to try to get a cancel on that. You cannot let your enemy be on 2 bases. That's just like if you were to write a hand guide on Warcraft for noobs, rule number 1 should say don't let your opponent expand. Oh, and he had a Sentry Ward here, so he saw it anyway. And he runs his ghouls right over to try to cancel it. A lot of focus fire here, but they're going to have to run back. So here comes Remind. Oh, 1 ghoul getting hit by Dryad Poison. Slowing him down, so that's 2 ghouls that are going to get sniped.
A player's force.
At the same time, though, we have Happy pushing in the main. Nova hitting that Demon Hunter right in the face. He's going to suck on some Moonwell juice, though. There's only 1 Moonwell really full. So he's going to have to rely on the rejuves and heal pots.
Town is under siege.
Another Nova. But that Demon Hunter, he's a pretty tanky dude. He's got 8.2 armor. And these ghouls actually did cancel the Tree of Life, so good job. Happy using this ghoul strike force while Remind was distracted. And we got the first Frostworm on the way. And that's where the damage gets really good for Undead. Loads of magic damage on those bears. It's just ridiculous. But if Remind has enough Dryads, he could definitely deal with the Frostworms. Right now he only has 2 Dryads though. He's got 3 bears and 2 Dryads. I mean, he has the archers, he has the berserker, but they can get Nova down really quickly. Even getting an invuln, so I'm not sure. Remind needs more Dryads, but he's spending a lot of resources on this expansion right now, and obviously he wants to stay under upkeep until he starts mining from 2 bases. Is Happy gonna expand? It looks like it. He doesn't have enough wood to haunt the gold mine, though. He needs more wood. Frostworms are very expensive units. They cost 385 gold, 120 wood. He should have enough wood now. I don't know what he's doing with this Acolyte, but I feel like he's expanding.
A player's forces are under attack.
Pennant of Energy on the Death Knight. Nice, more coils. What's this Lich's item? This Lich is looking good. He's at plus 17. He's got the Gloves of Haste and Slippers of Agility, so that makes him attack super fast. Each point increases attack speed. By how much? I wish they would give out the actual number. I'll have to look it up one day, exactly how much 1 point of agility increases attack speed on heroes. Right now, not really much happening. Remind just sitting back. Wants to make sure Happy can't do any damage to his Expo. Happy popping his first destroyer now. Still no upgrades on him though. He's getting A-bombs as well. Disease Cloud? No? Disease Cloud is really nice versus Dryads. It's about the only debuff you could put on a Dryad. Them being magic immune. But Remind is starting Hippogriff production, so instead of going for Dryads, there's an alternative route. Mass up Hippos. And he's gonna go for that.
The player's forces are under attack.
Happy saw it with his shade though, so he knows his timing window right now is really short. And this shade's gonna reveal this poor archer. She did her job well. And now Happy's gonna push in. He's at 70 supply, Remind at 58, and Happy picking up a very late Tinker. Probably wants them for the Pocket Factory, I suppose. Aurora being casted. Remind's expecting Happy to push into the expansion, but it shouldn't take him too long to realize that he's all the way over here. Alright, here comes the push. Pocket Factory going down. And Remind's got 5 hippos. I'm gonna assume Happy has Web. Yes, he does. Alright, Nova. Web getting all of these hippos. Now these Dryads, Frostworms are free to focus down the bears. Fort Lightning coming in from the Naga. Alright, more hippos coming in, but they continue to get webbed, and these bears are just dropping like flies right now. One Froststorm's getting pretty low though. Death Knight's got enough coils. He's got level 3 coil and he saves that Froststorm. And now the Fiend's trying to focus down the Dreads. Happy doubling the supply of Remind right now. More Hippos going down. That's level 2 on the Tinker. And now the Demon Hunter's getting focused down. He has an Ink, but he'll be coming back. This has just been a very dominating performance by Happy right now. Coil, and Demon Hunter goes down again, and I do believe that's GG. Yes, it is. Happy moves on to the finals to face either Focus or Foggy. As soon as I save this replay, I will check.